very much.
Good morning. My job is to keep you awake for the next half hour then, from the sounds of it, if you all had such a good night last night. Perhaps next year I'll come along too. Yeah, it sounds a good thing. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak to you here this morning. So who am I? My name is Suzannah Nichol. I'm the Chief Executive of the National Specialist Contractors Council. I'll explain that in a second, a little bit about my background. I started life as a construction engineer, working for main contractors. I then qualified as a health and safety professional and moved into the trade association world, working for the main contractors. It was then the BEC, then became the Construction Confederation. Goodness knows what it will become next. I spent about 7 years there and then moved to work for the NSCC about 6 years ago. And the NSCC is an umbrella organisation of 30 trade associations, similar organisations to yourself, organisations that carry out roofing, piling, flooring, scaffolding, the whole range of building specialist trades. And believe me, working for the specialists is far more interesting than working for the main contractors. It's you guys that do the work, you employ the workforce, and you train the workforce. And I have to say, part of my job over the last 6 years is convincing my members that they really are the powerhouse of the construction industry. Because these days, main contractors out on site. Are there any main contractors in the room before I start? Good. The main contractors out on site literally couldn't put a shelf up on their office wall without one of their specialist contractors out on site doing it. That is the way the industry operates. You could take the clients out of the industry and there would be no industry because ultimately they fund it. You could take the specialist contractors out of the industry and there would be no industry because they build it. Take the main contractors out of the industry, we'd have to become better organised, and trust me, it can't be that difficult. But the industry would continue. We would just do it in a slightly different way. So certainly for my members and for you here, and some of you may be members of our trade associations, never forget that you are the industry. And amongst those 30 trade associations that NSCC represents, there are 7,000 specialist contractors. People just like you, the contractors amongst this room, that's 7,000 of them. And the strength of NSCC is that we work collectively. As individual trade associations, you are incredibly powerful in your own sector, on your particular topics. The point of NSCC is we bring all of those businesses together because a business issue is a business issue. Whether you're a piling contractor, a roofing contractor, a damp proofing contractor, a plasterer, you have the same core business issues. And 3 of those I'm going to talk about today. One of those is payment. All of you get paid on time. All of you get your retentions back. You all get paid what you're owed when you're owed it. You all know why you haven't been paid, what you were due. So I can see a few smiles amongst the audience. So as specialist contractors, generally, you all have the same key issues. And by working collectively, we can change this industry for the better. Those of you who get involved in things like the Construction Act, which has certainly improved payment, but has not taken it to the level that we believe it should be taken to. We've just got some amendments through, and they're going through the parliamentary process, against substantial opposition from the main contractors. They don't want to pay their supply chain on time. They want to keep your money in their pockets for that little bit longer. Yet we've got these changes in, and that is why the whole of the specialist sector, talking about fairness, presenting a logical argument, but most importantly, talking together. And as an industry, we're not usually particularly good at that. We've become better at it, and we're starting as the specialist sector to see the difference at the highest levels. So Mark mentioned the NSCC Fair Payment Campaign. You see I'm wearing my badge, and if you are my contractors, you won't get out this door without putting a badge on, I can tell you that much. As you can see, it's not branded NSCC, and one of the reasons I'm here talking to you today is that the Fair Payment Campaign is for every contractor that wants to make or wants to receive fair payment. And it's a bit of a difficult argument to say, actually, I don't want to see fair payment, because fundamentally that's what businesses actually want. Current climate's getting tough. You don't need me to tell you that. Payment terms extended. Our recent state of trade show that only 2% of our respondents are getting paid within 30 days. How many of you have 30-day payment terms within your contracts? Put your hands up, come on, the alcohol must have drained out of some of you by now. How many of you actually get paid within 30 days?